You're being manipulated, and you might not even realize it. Every choice you make, every dream you believe is your own, could be influenced by invisible forces shaping your reality from the day you were born. Your mind has been carefully conditioned to follow a script you didn't write. But what if I told you that everything you believe, your choices, your desires, and even your fears could be a carefully orchestrated illusion? A game where the media, governments, and corporations not only control what you do, but also define who you are. And the most disturbing part, you never had a chance to say no. What I'm about to reveal could completely transform the way you see the world. It's a truth that might be uncomfortable, but it's also the key to your freedom. So if you're ready to wake up, to identify the invisible chains that imprison your soul, and begin to break free from them, stay with me until the end. This is the moment to take back control of your mind. Take a moment now to leave a like, as this helps us continue bringing you content that can transform lives. And if you're not already subscribed, click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. The journey to your liberation begins now. Your mind started being programmed even before you learned to tie your own shoes. During childhood, especially between birth and the age of 7, your brain operates predominantly in a theta wave state, the same state used by hypnotists to implant memories or alter beliefs. At this stage, you don't question, you don't analyze, you just absorb. Every story told, every lullaby sung or cartoon that captured your attention wasn't just entertainment. They were carefully designed codes to shape who you would become. Phrases like, "Don't question authority," "Stay where it's safe," and "Follow the rules" were hidden in fairy tales and family lessons. Simple, yet powerful, these messages act as invisible chains that limit our freedom. Governments, corporations, and the media deeply understand this and know that children are the most vulnerable targets. Why? Because by capturing a child's mind, they mold the adult that child will become. Advertisements filled with colorful toys or sugary cereals aren't just about selling products, they're creating lifelong consumers. And the most alarming thing? This programming doesn't disappear over time. The fears, limiting beliefs, and ideas absorbed in this phase become the foundation of our reality. By the age of 7, your perceptions of success, money, and self-esteem are already formed. It's no wonder so many adults hesitate to take risks, doubt their worth, or pursue goals that don't even reflect their true desires. But here's the most important point. If it was in this phase that the first chains were put in place, it's also possible to identify how it started and, more importantly, rewrite this code. In the next section, we'll explore how this manipulation continues day after day without you even realizing it. Manipulation doesn't end in childhood. It only becomes more sophisticated as we age. In your daily life, without you realizing it, you're bombarded with stimuli that subtly shape your choices and beliefs. Every notification that appears on your phone, every alarming headline you read on a news website, every ad that pops up at the exact right moment, all of this is strategically designed to capture your attention and influence your actions. The media, corporations, and algorithms perfectly understand how to use micro moments to reinforce the programming that started when you were just a child. Among the most effective tools is fear. You read a headline like "Economic Crisis Approaching," and then you immediately see an ad offering safe investments in gold. Coincidence? Not at all. They create anxiety to then present the solution. Fear deactivates your critical thinking, activates your survival response, and makes you more receptive to subliminal messages. This manipulation doesn't just happen in big decisions, but also in the small habits of everyday life. A click here, a scroll there, And without realizing it, you're following the script that was written for you. Social media is the ideal terrain for this. Algorithms not only predict what you want, but they create those desires. Why do you feel like you need that product that appeared on Instagram? Why does it seem like the ads know exactly what you're thinking? This isn't magic, it's manipulation. Every interaction of yours, a like, a comment, a click, feeds systems that know more about you than you know about yourself. They don't just want your attention, they want to shape your identity. They create an idealized version of you, something that's always out of your reach. And as you chase this illusion, you remain trapped in the cycle of consumption. This influence goes beyond the screens. Even what we call education is structured to produce obedient workers, not critical thinkers. You're taught to memorize facts and follow rules, but rarely to question the system or explore your true potential. This doesn't happen by chance. An empowered and awakened mind is the greatest enemy of this system. In the next section, we'll explore how even the language we use in our daily lives has been transformed into a tool of control, shaping our thoughts and limiting our possibilities. The words we use daily are not as harmless as they seem. Language, in its essence, is an extremely powerful tool, almost like a technology of control. When we speak or listen, we are not only exchanging information, but also shaping reality. That's why governments, corporations, and power systems have such an interest in influencing the vocabulary you use. They understand that every word you repeat and every expression you adopt as truth are fundamental parts in the construction of your perception of the world. The curious thing is that many of these words were created or adjusted with the purpose of limiting the individual. Even the word television reveals its true function. Tele means at a distance, and vision is what you see. In other words, television not only informs but often directs what you see, and consequently, what you believe. In addition, some expressions that we use automatically function as true mantras of self-limitation. When you say, "I can't," "I have to do this," or "I'm trying," you are, in practice, reinforcing a reality in which you feel powerless or without control. These small linguistic choices feed unconscious beliefs of scarcity, fear, and submission. But there is a way out. The same language that can be used to limit you can also be the key to your liberation. Choosing your words consciously and rewriting these internal beliefs is a fundamental step to break the invisible chains that imprison you. And the power of language goes beyond what we can express in words. Each word carries a vibrational frequency, an energy that influences how you feel and perceive the world around you. From the music you listen to the devices you use daily, these frequencies can be used to keep your consciousness in a state of conformity. In the next sections, we will explore how these energies are being used to shape your reality and how you can start to transform it. Manipulation is not restricted to just words or images. It goes further, reaching an almost imperceptible level. The frequencies that surround us. From the sound of the music we hear on the radio to the waves emitted by the devices we use, everything is impregnated with energy capable of influencing our mental and emotional state. In 1939, a seemingly technical decision changed the course of history. The standard frequency of music was adjusted to 440 Hz, replacing the natural 432 Hz, which are in tune with the rhythms of the earth and the human body. This change, far from being random, disorganized the natural harmony, generating tension and internal imbalance. Although the difference between these frequencies seems small, its effects are significant. Natural frequencies, such as the Schumann resonance, which vibrates at 7.83 Hz, synchronize the body and mind with states of meditation and creativity. In contrast, artificial frequencies, present in the modern environment, misalign our energy, raise stress levels, and hinder mental clarity. Common devices, such as cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, and televisions, emit vibrations that keep our minds in a state of low vibration, stifling the connection with our intuition and creativity. It is no coincidence that many people feel exhausted, even after hours of rest. We are being bombarded by a true war of frequencies. What few know is that it is possible to reverse these impacts. Aligning with natural frequencies is a powerful way to restore balance. Walking barefoot on the grass, meditating to the sound of frequencies adjusted to 432 Hz, or simply spending more time in contact with nature are simple but extremely effective practices. These habits help break the energy barrier that has been built around our consciousness. In the next section, we will explore how the economic system uses this same logic of scarcity and control to keep us trapped in a cycle of work and debt. The current economic system goes beyond being a simple means to manage resources. It is a powerful tool of control. From an early age, we are conditioned to believe in a narrative that encourages us to sacrifice the best years of our lives in exchange for a deceptive promise, the guarantee of a secure and comfortable future. Work 40 hours a week for 40 years, live with less than you earn, and maybe, just maybe, you'll enjoy retirement. In practice, however, this promise is nothing more than an illusion. The system has been carefully structured so that few achieve prosperity, while the majority remain trapped in an endless cycle of work and debt. The idea of a stable future is a lie skillfully constructed to keep you tied to the machine. This system operates on the basis of scarcity. We are constantly bombarded with the feeling that there is never enough money, enough time, or enough resources. This state of deficiency keeps people in a mental cycle of survival, where they work more and more, without ever achieving true freedom. Even debt, often presented as a necessary step for opportunities, such as studying or acquiring a house, is in reality an instrument of modern slavery. The very term mortgage originates from a word that means commitment until death, and for many that is exactly what it becomes, an invisible chain that keeps people tied to a system that demands submission. The cruelest aspect of this machine is the way it manipulates the view of what wealth really means. True value is not in the money accumulated, but in the time you have and the freedom to choose how to live it. However, the culture of consumption teaches us to spend what we earn on unnecessary things, just to impress people who don't matter. Meanwhile, time passes, your energy is depleted, and your dreams are left behind. But is it possible to get out of this endless cycle? What if there was a way to break this cycle? In the next section, we will discuss how entertainment and modern distractions are used to keep you busy and without the strength to question the system, and how change begins with your awareness and your choices. While you are distracted, they are in control. Contemporary media and entertainment are not limited to informing or entertaining. They have been carefully designed to capture your attention and divert your focus. This strategy, although modern, is as old as the Roman Empire. At that time, the emperors built gigantic arenas, organized chariot races, and threw Christians to the lions to entertain the people and hide the real problems of the empire. Today, the arenas have changed shape. They are digital. Football games, reality shows, irresistible series, and celebrity gossip fulfill the same role. The logic remains unchanged. The more you engage with the spectacle, the less you perceive the system that keeps you imprisoned. The control, however, goes beyond visible entertainment. Every click, every episode that starts automatically, and every post on social media is part of a mechanism that seeks not only your attention, but also your submission. Without you realizing it, these contents shape your beliefs, your desires, and your values. Even the news that seems urgent, full of crises or impending catastrophes, are not just neutral information. They function as tools to keep you in a continuous state of anxiety and distraction. And when we are anxious or entertained, we are less likely to question the system. Why does it exist, and who really benefits from it? But what happens when you see all this clearly? When you realize that entertainment can be an invisible prison? In the next section, we will discuss how the key to getting out of this cycle starts with your awareness and the choices you make daily. You don't have to accept the chains that were placed on you. The programming that has shaped your mind since childhood can be changed, and the key to that transformation lies in your awareness. The first step to breaking free from this manipulation is recognizing that you have been conditioned. Your beliefs, fears, and even desires have been implanted by systems designed to control your life. But here's the most liberating truth. While your subconscious mind is highly influenceable, it is also incredibly adaptable. You are not a passive victim. You are the creator of your own reality as long as you choose to take back control. Reprogramming begins with the words and thoughts you choose. Every phrase you repeat, whether out loud or in your mind, is a direct command to your subconscious. That's why you must replace limiting thoughts with empowering ones. Swap "I can't" for "I choose to do this." Change "I have to" into "I decide to." Words are not just sounds. They carry vibrations that shape your perception of yourself and the world around you. When combined with visualization, the act of imagining and feeling the reality you want to create, these words become powerful tools for transforming your destiny. However, changing your thoughts isn't enough. You must also change your habits. Disconnect from sources of manipulation that drain your energy and attention. Take time for silence, meditate, or reconnect with nature. This will strengthen your intuition, that inner voice that hasn't been silenced by outside influences. Most importantly, act with awareness. Ask yourself with every decision whether you're following your true self or just reacting to imposed beliefs. Before we go any further, I want to ask you, what is the first belief you want to rewrite in your life? Leave your answer in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts. Who knows, together, we might just uncover the next step in this journey of awakening. All right, let's keep going. Wait, this can't be happening. They found our location. We have to go right now. Ending Matrix transmission.